Have you ever woken up and felt a profound sense of anticipation? Or perhaps a quiet whisper that today could be different? It's a common experience as you move through your senior years. This subtle awareness of how each morning truly sets the stage for your day. You might find yourself simply going through the motions or dismissing fleeting feelings as just part of getting older. But what if those quiet moments, those seemingly insignificant habits in your morning routine, were actually profound keys? What if they were subtle clues, hinting at deeper ways to unlock lasting energy, unwavering clarity, and a remarkable sense of peace as you gracefully embrace your years after 60? Imagine for a moment someone like David, who, at 68, often felt a lingering fogginess and low energy in his mornings, leaving him feeling sluggish, as if he were wading through thick mist. Meanwhile, his friend Helen, also 68, would wake with a quiet alertness, a clear-headedness that seemed to effortlessly guide her into the day, finding her days imbued with a natural vitality. You see, those small, persistent differences in morning habits can hold immense power. They reveal much about your overall well-being and how vibrantly you are truly living. It's not about perfection or a demanding routine. It's about gentle awareness and understanding. It's about listening to the quiet messages your body and mind send you, especially in those earliest hours. Your mornings are a sacred time, a fresh canvas for your day. This is when your body and mind are transitioning from rest, often sending subtle signals about their needs. You might have noticed a particular stiffness, or perhaps a surprising surge of clarity even before your feet hit the floor. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal, perhaps just a fleeting feeling. Many people laugh it off, or simply assume it's an unavoidable part of aging. But what if it meant more than you thought? What if these subtle hints were actually guiding you toward a more fulfilling path? Throughout this video, we're going to gently explore 7 simple, powerful morning habits. These aren't complicated instructions or daunting tasks. Instead, they are gentle practices that can act as a beautiful compass, guiding you toward a more energetic, clear, and fulfilling longevity. We'll look at the subtle ways your body and mind speak to you, and what you can gently do to respond to their quiet wisdom. So, please stay with us until the very end, because the wisdom of your mornings truly holds more secrets than you might imagine. It holds the potential for you to embrace each day with renewed vigor and a deeper sense of peace. The gentle awakening, mindful hydration. Meet Arthur, 78, who always felt a persistent dryness in his mouth upon waking. He'd often reach for his morning coffee first, feeling sluggish and a bit irritable until the caffeine kicked in. Across town, Clara, 76, had a different ritual. As soon as she opened her eyes, she'd reach for a glass of warm water with a slice of lemon she'd prepared the night before, feeling a gentle, internal wake-up call as she slowly sipped it. That feeling you might have, a persistent dryness in your mouth or a lingering grogginess when you first wake up, is your body's quiet signal for rehydration. You see, overnight, even as you sleep peacefully, your body is busy. It loses fluids through breathing, through natural cleansing processes, and through subtle perspiration. When you wake, your system is often ready for a gentle replenishment. Gentle rehydration first thing in the morning does so much more than quench a simple thirst. It helps to quietly kickstart your metabolism, improve your circulation, and gently hydrate your cells, preparing them for the day without the sudden shock of a more acidic beverage like coffee. It's your body asking for a soft, internal cleanse to begin its day. You might have noticed this yourself. At first, it seemed like nothing. Many people, just like Arthur, dismiss this subtle thirst. They might attribute it to morning breath or simply ignore it, opting for their immediate coffee or tea instead. You might think water isn't exciting enough, or forget its profound, gentle importance when your body is truly at its most receptive. It's easy to overlook this simple need, especially when the aroma of coffee is so tempting. But what if it meant more than you thought? When you ignore this quiet call for morning hydration, the emotional consequence can be a pervasive feeling of sluggishness that lingers throughout your morning. You might experience mild headaches, a subtle brain fog, and a quiet sense of internal imbalance. You might start your day feeling less sharp and less vital than you could be, missing out on a truly clear, vibrant start. This subtle discomfort can ripple through your tasks, making even simple things feel heavier. The empowering news is that you can listen to this quiet signal and respond with such ease. Small, gentle actions can make a profound difference. Consider making it a habit to keep a glass of water on your nightstand so it's the very first thing you see and reach for. You might even add a cheerful slice of lemon lime or cucumber to it the night before, making it feel like a little treat. Or simply, make a conscious decision to make water the very first thing you consciously consume each day. Before anything else, it's a simple act of self-care that sends a powerful message of renewal to your entire system. Sometimes, your body's earliest thirst speaks of a deeper need for pure, gentle renewal, inviting you to begin your day with quiet intention, embracing the light. The power of morning. Since Susan, 70, often kept her curtains drawn until she was fully dressed, feeling a persistent morning grogginess that made it hard to feel truly awake. Her friend, Martha, also 70, would immediately open her curtains upon waking, letting the natural light flood in, feeling a noticeable shift in her energy and mood. A quiet brightening from within. You might have noticed this feeling yourself, a sluggishness that artificial lights just can't shake. A quiet longing for true brightness. At first, it seemed like nothing, just a part of waking up. But what if it meant more than you thought? This gentle pull towards the early morning light is your body's deeply wired signal to fully awaken. Biologically, exposure to natural light, first thing in the morning, especially within the first hour of waking, is incredibly powerful. It helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, that internal clock we've talked about before. This gentle light works wonders. It naturally tells your body to suppress melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy, and instead boosts cortisol, a hormone that helps you feel alert and ready. Emotionally, it's like a soft, natural alarm clock that brightens your mood and gently brings you into the day, making you feel more awake and alive from the inside out. Yet, this powerful habit is often overlooked. We live in a world where indoor living is common, and we might believe that any light is sufficient. You might think artificial indoor lights are just as good, or simply not prioritize stepping outside because it feels like too much effort. Most people go from a dark room to a dimly lit hallway, then perhaps to a kitchen with overhead lights, never truly soaking in the full spectrum of natural morning light. You might get caught up in your morning routine, thinking you'll get to the light later, or that it's simply not that important. We dismiss it, often without realizing the profound impact it has on our entire being. The emotional consequence of ignoring this simple, natural act is significant. You might experience a potential dampening of your mood, a lingering feeling of sluggishness that just won't lift. This can lead to a reduced sense of vitality throughout your morning, making even simple tasks feel heavier. You might feel perpetually behind on your energy, struggling to feel fully engaged with your day, almost as if you're constantly trying to catch up to a feeling of being truly awake. This can subtly affect your patience, your outlook, and even your connection with others, leaving you feeling just a bit off without knowing why. But small actions, taken with gentle awareness, can bring surprising results. As soon as you wake, try opening your curtains or blinds wide, letting the natural light flood into your room. Even a few minutes can make a difference. If you can, step onto a porch, balcony, or simply stand by an open window for 5 to 10 minutes. Feel the light on your skin, breathe in the fresh air, and let your eyes take in the brightness of the new day. You could also take a short, gentle walk outdoors, even just to the mailbox and back. It doesn't have to be a long, strenuous walk. The key is simply to expose yourself to that natural, life-giving morning light. Think of it as a gentle, daily vitamin for your spirit and your body. Sometimes, the first light of day holds the quiet key to unlocking your inner brightness. The gentle wake-up, mindful movement. Meet George, 75, who when he woke each morning, would often feel a profound stiffness and reluctance to move. He'd head straight for his favorite armchair, feeling a quiet discomfort that lingered throughout his morning, making simple actions feel like a chore. His neighbor, Frank, also 75, had a different approach. He'd spend a few minutes gently stretching in bed, perhaps reaching his arms slowly overhead, or taking a slow, unhurried walk around his home, feeling more limber and ready for the day's gentle activities. That feeling you might have, where your muscles feel tight and your joints resist that first move, is your body's natural impulse to shed stiffness and prepare for activity. It's more than just feeling a little creaky. Even the gentlest activity sends important signals to your muscles and joints that it's time to awaken. This helps to improve your circulation and brings a wonderful sense of flexibility. Biologically, movement helps to distribute synovial fluid in your joints. Think of it like the natural lubrication that keeps everything gliding smoothly. It also gently increases blood flow throughout your body, preparing you for the day without the jarring impact of sudden, strenuous activity. Your body is quietly asking for a gentle nudge to get going. You might have noticed this yourself. At first, it seemed like nothing. Many people, just like George, dismiss this gentle need for morning movement. They might feel simply too stiff to even consider it, or believe that any exercise must be vigorous and intense to be truly effective. You might think, I'll do my real exercise later, or perhaps you feel that these small, gentle movements don't truly count as beneficial. It's easy to overlook how powerful a few simple stretches can be. But what if it meant more than you thought? When you ignore this quiet plea for morning movement, the emotional consequence can be a persistent feeling of stiffness and a missed opportunity to truly wake up your physical self. You might find yourself carrying a subtle sense of bodily discomfort throughout the morning. This can quietly affect your mood, dampen your energy levels, and even reduce your desire to engage in daily tasks and hobbies. You might feel more sluggish, less able to enjoy the simple freedoms of movement that make life so rich. The empowering news is that you can listen to this gentle call and respond with such kindness to your body. Small, simple actions can make a profound difference in how you feel each morning. Consider starting with just a few minutes of gentle stretches in bed before you even stand up. Think about reaching your arms and legs out, or gently rolling your ankles and wrists. Then, perhaps take a slow, intentional walk to the kitchen for your first drink, or even just a brief stroll to the mailbox if you feel comfortable exploring. Simple chair yoga poses can also be a wonderful way to awaken your body without putting stress on your joints. These aren't about breaking a sweat, but about inviting ease. Sometimes, your body asks for kindness and gentle awakening before it's asked to carry the full weight of the day. Fueling your day, a mindful breakfastillionaire, 72, often skipped breakfast or grabbed something quick and unfulfilling, usually feeling a noticeable dip in her energy and focus by mid-morning. Her friend, Robert, also 72, would make time for a simple, warm, and nourishing breakfast, savoring the ritual and feeling sustained and clear-headed throughout his morning. You might have noticed this feeling yourself, a quiet rumble in your stomach, a subtle dip in focus as the morning wears on. At first, it seemed like nothing, just a part of the day. But what if it meant more than you thought? This desire for morning nourishment is your body's fundamental signal to refuel after an overnight fast. Beyond simply physical hunger, the act of preparing and consuming a warm, comforting meal can bring immense emotional grounding and a profound sense of calm to your morning. Biologically, a balanced breakfast stabilizes your blood sugar, which is like giving your body a steady fuel line rather than a shaky one. It provides essential nutrients, signaling to your metabolism that the day has truly begun. This helps prevent those uncomfortable energy crashes and supports consistent mental clarity, allowing your mind to feel sharper and more focused. Emotionally, it's a moment of self-care, a gentle way to tell your body, I am here for you, and I will sustain you. Yet, this essential morning nourishment is often overlooked. It's so easy to dismiss it because of a perceived lack of time, or the belief that breakfast isn't all that important compared to other meals. You might prioritize other tasks, rushing through your morning, or feel that a substantial meal is too heavy early in the day. Sometimes, you might simply not feel hungry right when you wake up, and so you skip it without a second thought. Most people grab a coffee and a quick bite, thinking they're fine, or they ignore their body's gentle nudges for something more substantial. We push past the quiet signals, convinced that we can run on fumes or that our bodies will simply adapt. The emotional consequence of ignoring this need for mindful morning nourishment can be quite significant. You might experience a feeling of being ungrounded, almost jittery, or struggle with noticeable energy fluctuations throughout your morning. This can lead to a subtle sense of internal imbalance. You might find yourself feeling irritable, unfocused, or even moody, losing out on the steady energy and cognitive sharpness that a truly mindful breakfast provides. This can impact your patience with others, your ability to concentrate, and even your overall sense of well-being, leaving you feeling less prepared to face the day's gentle challenges. You might carry a subtle feeling of being off without quite knowing why, but small actions can make a profound difference, gently bringing you back into balance. You could try preparing simple ingredients the night before, maybe setting out oats for oatmeal or chopping fruit for a smoothie. Choose warm, easy-to-digest foods that comfort your stomach, like a bowl of warm whole grain cereal, scrambled eggs, or a gentle soup. Most importantly, create a quiet, dedicated space to truly savor your morning meal, even if it's just 5 extra minutes at your kitchen table without distractions. Focus on the taste, the warmth, the nourishment entering your body. This isn't just about food, it's about creating a gentle, grounding ritual that honors your body's needs. You could even try adding a handful of nuts or seeds to your breakfast for a boost of lasting energy. Sometimes your morning hunger speaks not just to your stomach, but to your soul's quiet need for steady comfort. The gift of stillness, morning meditation or mindfulness. Frank, 81. Who would wake each morning with his mind already racing? Worries about yesterday, thoughts of today's tasks, and endless to-do lists would immediately flood his thoughts, leading to a lingering feeling of morning anxiety. His neighbor, Sarah, also 81, had a different way. She would dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to quiet meditation or simply mindful breathing, finding her day imbued with a gentle sense of calm and a quiet inner strength. That impulse you might feel, a subtle urge to find stillness in the morning, is your mind's way of seeking calm amidst potential mental chatter. It's more than just a desire to relax. The quiet dawn offers a unique, precious opportunity to truly center yourself before the day's countless demands begin. Biologically, even short periods of mindfulness or meditation can do wonderful things for your inner landscape. They help to gently lower cortisol, which is your body's main stress hormone. They also help to calm your nervous system and can enhance alpha brain waves, leading to increased clarity, a noticeable reduction in anxiety, and improved emotional regulation throughout your day. Your mind is quietly asking for a moment of peace to begin its journey. You might have noticed this yourself. At first, it seemed like nothing. Perhaps you, like Frank, feel too busy or believe that meditation is too difficult, takes too much time, or is perhaps only for spiritual people. This vital step of morning stillness is often overlooked because we're taught to be active, to be productive. You might dismiss it as unproductive or simply not worth the effort when there are so many other things that need doing. It's easy to feel that precious morning minutes should be spent on tangible tasks. But what if it meant more than you thought? When you ignore this quiet call for morning stillness, the emotional consequence can be a perpetual feeling of being rushed, overwhelmed, or constantly reactive to external events. You might find yourself carrying a subtle background anxiety, a lingering sense of mental clutter throughout your entire day. This can make it harder to find moments of true peace and clarity. Even when the day winds down, you might feel less present, less connected to your true self, and perhaps even a quiet sadness that your inner world feels so chaotic. The empowering news is that you can listen to this longing for calm and embrace the gift of stillness with gentle, simple actions. Small, consistent efforts can truly foster a deep inner peace. Consider dedicating just 5 to 10 minutes to deep breathing exercises. You can simply sit comfortably and focus on slow, deep inhales and exhales. Another wonderful option is to listen to a short guided meditation. There are many free ones available online. Or simply sit in quiet contemplation without any distractions, allowing your mind to gently observe thoughts without judgment. This isn't about clearing your mind completely, but about creating space within it. Sometimes, your quietest mornings hold the deepest peace for your mind, offering a serene starting point for your entire day. Engaging your mind. Morning learning or creative. 70. often found her mornings drifting by, feeling a subtle mental dullness or a lack of true engagement, even though she was physically active. Her friend, Leo, also 70, would dedicate a small portion of his morning to reading, doing a puzzle, or listening to an educational podcast, feeling mentally sharper and more invigorated for the day. You might have noticed this yourself, a quiet, yearning to really think, to feel your mind awaken and stretch beyond just the day's to-do list. At first, it seemed like nothing, just a fleeting thought as you got ready. But what if it meant more than you thought? This desire to engage your mind in the morning is your brain's gentle call for stimulation after a period of rest. It's not about tackling complex problems or feeling overwhelmed. It's about igniting your curiosity and nurturing that vital spark of cognitive sharpness. Biologically, when you engage in mentally stimulating activities, you're actually helping to create new neural pathways in your brain and strengthening the ones you already have. This supports brain plasticity, which is your brain's amazing ability to adapt, learn, and grow, no matter your age. Emotionally, it brings a sense of purpose and vibrancy, helping to maintain your memory, enhance your problem-solving skills, and boost your overall cognitive vitality. It's like a quiet exercise for your spirit, keeping your mind nimble and alive. Yet, this vital step of morning mental engagement is often overlooked. You might feel it's not truly important, or you might believe that your mind doesn't work as well in the morning, making you hesitant to even try. It's easy to prioritize physical tasks, or simply fall into a routine of passive entertainment, like watching TV or endlessly scrolling on a tablet. Most people don't carve out specific time for mental exercise in the way they might. For physical exercise, you might think, "I'll get to that later," or that true learning needs to be formal or difficult. We dismiss these opportunities, unaware of the quiet benefits they hold for our brain's health and our sense of inner sparkle. The emotional consequence of ignoring this gentle mental engagement can be subtle but impactful. You might experience a quiet feeling of mental stagnation, a reduced sense of curiosity, and a potential gradual decline in your cognitive agility. This can leave you feeling less sharp, less adaptable, and you might miss out on the pure joy of continuous learning and growth. You might find yourself less able to recall names or facts quickly, or feel less confident in new situations. This quiet dullness can lead to a sense of being less engaged with the world around you, subtly impacting your conversations, your hobbies, and your overall zest for life. It can make you feel a little less vibrant, a little less you. But small, intentional actions can gently revitalize your morning mind. Try dedicating just a few minutes each day. You could read a chapter of a book, letting your imagination stretch and grow. Solving a crossword or Sudoku puzzle can be a wonderfully gentle way to get your brain working. Listening to a short educational podcast while you make your tea, or even learning a few words in a new language, can open up surprising new pathways. These aren't big, demanding tasks. They're small, enjoyable ways to give your brain the gentle workout it craves. You might try writing down a few thoughts in a journal, or simply pondering a question that sparked your interest. The key is consistent, gentle engagement. Sometimes, your morning curiosity unlocks a lifetime of mental agility and quiet joy. Setting intentions. A mindful morning plank insider, Agnes, 68, who used to wake up feeling overwhelmed by a long list of tasks, often feeling adrift without a clear starting point for her day. Lately, she'd find herself feeling anxious about the day, unsure where to begin. Even with simple chores, her friend, Peter, also 68, had a different habit. He would take a few quiet moments each morning to simply consider his intentions for the day, prioritizing just 2 or 3 simple things, and felt a quiet sense of control and calm purpose. That feeling you might have, that urge to bring some order to the day ahead, is your mind's gentle way of seeking purpose and clarity. It's more than just making a to-do list. It's about setting a gentle compass for your day, a soft direction for your energy and attention. Biologically, this act of mindful planning, even for a few minutes, can actually help to reduce cortisol levels, which is your body's main stress hormone. It also gently engages your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that helps with focus and decision-making. This naturally enhances your ability to concentrate and reduces those feelings of being overwhelmed. Your mind is quietly asking for a sense of direction to begin its journey. You might have noticed this yourself. At first, it seemed like nothing. Perhaps you, like Agnes, felt it would take too much time, or that life is simply too unpredictable to plan out. This vital step of a mindful morning plan is often overlooked because we're taught to be spontaneous, or that planning is too rigid. You might simply dive into tasks, hoping for the best, or feel that planning is a burden, adding to your already full list of things to do. It's easy to dismiss the quiet power of setting an intention. But what if it meant more than you thought? When you ignore this quiet prompting for a mindful morning plan, the emotional consequence can be a pervasive sense of feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or constantly reactive to whatever comes your way. You might feel like you're always putting out fires rather than tending to your own internal flame. You might end your day feeling unaccomplished, even if you were busy all day long, leading to quiet frustration and a subtle loss of personal agency. That feeling of being in charge of your own time, of having a sense of meaningful direction, can quietly slip away, leaving you feeling adrift. The empowering news is that you can listen to this internal longing for clarity and gently revitalize your morning purpose. Small, simple actions can truly shape your entire day. Consider spending just 5 to 10 minutes each morning, reflecting on your top 1 to 3 intentions for the day. These aren't huge goals, but simple, meaningful things that would bring you satisfaction. You could write them down in a small notebook or simply visualize a calm, productive morning unfolding with ease. Another gentle way is to choose just one small task to accomplish first thing, something that brings you a sense of completion and success. This sets a positive tone and builds quiet momentum for the rest of your day. Sometimes, your first thoughtful intention shapes the entire day's journey, guiding you with quiet embracing dawn's gentle wisdom. As you've journeyed with us today, you've discovered the quiet, profound power held within your mornings. We've gently explored the wisdom of mindful hydration, recognizing your body's simple, powerful need for water right after waking. We embrace the gentle energy of the morning sun, understanding how its light naturally brightens your spirit and sets your internal clock. And we found comfort in the ease of mindful movement, easing stiffness and inviting fluidity into your day. We also touched upon the nourishing ritual of breakfast, seeing it not just as fuel, but as a moment of self-care and grounding. We explored the gift of morning stillness through meditation, finding peace before the world stirs. We unlock the invigorating power of morning learning, keeping your mind sharp and curious. And finally, we looked at the guiding promise of a mindful morning plan, a gentle roadmap for your peace and purpose. Each of these isn't a judgment or a scare tactic, but rather a profound invitation from your own body and mind, a chance to listen and respond with deep kindness. You might have noticed how easy it is to dismiss these quiet urges and possibilities. At first, it seemed like nothing, just the usual routine. But what if it meant more than you thought? It's so simple to just accept them as inevitable parts of your day, or to laugh them off as minor quirks of aging. We often tell ourselves, that's just how it is now, or I'll deal with it later. This tendency to overlook these subtle signals means you might miss out on truly understanding your own well-being. It can lead to a sense of being constantly slightly out of sync, or feeling that life is simply happening to you, rather than feeling deeply in tune with your own rhythm. The consequence of ignoring these quiet invitations is a missed opportunity for deeper peace, consistent energy, and remarkable clarity. As you gracefully embrace your years after 60, you might carry a subtle sense of unease or feel less vibrant and engaged than you truly could. This can lead to a quiet feeling of simply getting through your mornings, rather than truly savoring them and using them as a powerful foundation for your entire day. You might unknowingly shut down pathways to joy, calm, and connection that are readily available to you each day. It's not about grand failures, but about the gentle accumulation of overlooked moments that could have profoundly enriched your life. But the beautiful truth is that even now, at any age, your inner self holds an incredible capacity for renewal and vibrant living. You don't need grand gestures or dramatic overhauls. Change is always possible, and small, Consistent actions taken with gentle awareness can lead to significant shifts in how you feel, how you engage with your day, and how much peace and energy you find within yourself. You can begin by simply noticing, by pausing, by choosing just one small thing to embrace each morning. Perhaps it's just a conscious glass of water, or opening the curtains a little wider, or taking one deep, mindful breath before your feet even touch the floor. It's about cultivating a gentle curiosity about your own well-being. You need only to listen to the quiet wisdom your mornings offer every single day. We invite you to reflect on your own mornings. What quiet invitations have you been receiving? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your wisdom might just light the way for someone else. Remember, every sunrise offers a fresh chance to nurture the incredible gift that is you. Purpose and serene clarity.